I absolutely love it. How do I look? Thanks. Oh, it's gorgeous. Thank you so much. Love it. Oh.
How long is you have a long train?
Yeah.
So you do? You have another wedding?
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where's yours tomorrow?
Perfect. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Let me just finish this up and I'll bring it right back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's comfortable too.
Yeah, some weekends it's
Yeah, and it's got pockets.
The road?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the video is like documentary style too. So it's like fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh my god, that's gonna be cool.
I love these embroidered. Like I think she did such a good job.
Whoever got him first is pretty cool.
Yeah.
God, I know. I'm just like, oh wow, you guys look great.
This is insane. It looks so good already.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's so
Thank you.
thick.
It feels good. We already listened to that.
Oh.
We'll go back.
Apparently that's a favorite.
Am I good to go?
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the
always
race.
happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
Pretty doing you got it.
Woo!
It's your wedding day.
Pour it right over my head.
Over my head. At midnight.
you.
We usually do it at midnight.
Yeah, yeah.
After
I should have brought
hours.
that sparkling one for you.
No, you're fine. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Mom. Look at you, girls.
These are so pretty.
Yeah.
They are
Beautiful.
Debbie got them for me.
Oh, did you?
My godmother.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they're like a perfect like compliment,
Yeah.
I feel like.
To
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah.
That's what I thought so too.
Were you inspired by these because of those?
No,
I
I
think
knew
we-
I wanted those
we-
first, and then
Wow.
when we found,
Really?
yeah, and then we
Wow.
found
Oh yeah, you
these,
told you
and
showed
then
me
we
a
were
picture.
like, oh, I was like, oh, these are perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
How beautiful.
that's so cool.
That's amazing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'll get out of here.
There's a thing you gotta clip up top.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
You
Yes.
got a button?
Sure.
Now you come on this side. Do you want this, Melanie? To help you?
I did a questionnaire for Beloved Bridal here in Michigan, and I filled out everything, and the first dress they had for me was this one, and I was like, this is it. Like, I haven't had it all buttoned up.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Keep reminding me to relax my shoulders, will you?
I will.
Because I do have the hunch.
You look beautiful.
I'm working on it. Yoga.
I love it.
Nice and smooth.
Your silhouette is just stunning.
All right, I'm doing my chair pose.
How does that feel?
It feels good.
Does it feel just like
Yeah.
a But like,
Oh,
you,
sorry. Yeah.
you can't even believe how incredible you look
Is
right
it
now.
dramatic?
It's, yes.
But
in a good way, yeah. But you look
Perfect.
so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm ready. All right. Let me know when you guys are all comfy.
Blue belt on her dress.
All right.
Okay, you can stop there,
On
Mary
the
Jane.
count of 3, 1. I can't get over you. You're so good. 2, 3.
You're allowed to move, Charlotte.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
You're stunning.
No.
You can touch her.
Can you touch her? Hi. Stunning. Beautiful. Wow. That is something. Wow.
I think you guys look great.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're stunning. I love your dress.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
beautiful.
It took me a long time to get this together.
Well, it all worked. It all worked.
We met at the Country Music Festival Fest for Horses 8 years ago. His cousin was dating my cousin at the time, and I met up with them at their camp. We got to dance all night, and we've just been together ever since. I left that weekend and I told my cousin, I was like, you have to give that boy my number. And he waited 3 days to text me, which drove me crazy. All right, Eric, turn around. Oh, baby. I love you so much. Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah? You like it?
Love it.
Oh, you did a good job.
Beautiful, babe. Wow. Look at that.
Could you have imagined it? Do you like the back?
I love the back. Are you kidding me?
I'm that big white poof.
Oh, I love you.
Eric, I'm really a marshmallow.
Wow, look at the flowers.
Yeah, look, and look, KB got me this.
Oh.
And then look, you know, that this, it doesn't get any better than this.
Sure doesn't.
I love you so much. This was worth it. Okay. All right, now what?
Beautiful.
Summer nights and it's just you and me dreaming. Don't wanna wake up at all. Take a breath and let the evening breeze in. Watching the sun as it falls. Sit in the dark, sit in the silence. All of our problems feel small. Summer nights and you're the one that I dreamed of. Don't wanna wake up at all. Let's watch the stars ignite. There's no better place than right next to you. Feels like the world is right, as long as I'm here right next to you.
Who gives this bride away?
Her mother and I do.
We're gathered here today to celebrate the love and union of two remarkable people, Eric and Charlotte. I can't express how much of an honor it is to be able to bear witness to this union today. When talking with Eric and Charlotte in preparation for today's ceremony, I asked them about everyone they've invited to share this special moment with them. And they expressed to me that everyone here has been handpicked because of the love, the joy, and the support they brought to them in their lives. But it's important to recognize those who couldn't be here. they're certainly here in spirit. Our late father, Jack Foley. But let's not forget their dog, Marley. Eric and Charlotte's devotion to one another comes from the foundation that both of their families have provided to them. Family is of the utmost importance to them, and it is members of their family that brought them together at a country music festival 8 years ago. Eric's best man and cousin Danny and Charlotte's matron of honor, Olivia, introduced our bride and groom. Danny and Olivia had told Eric several months preceding the festival about how they had the perfect match for him and how they were excited to introduce him to Charlotte, who was eager to meet him. Eric saw a picture of Charlotte and thought that she was so beautiful. When the moment came and Olivia and Charlotte entered Danny and Eric's campsite, Eric was surprised to learn that Charlotte had no idea who Eric was. He was just getting gassed up by Danny. Well, needless to say, Eric still won the day, because it wasn't long after that introduction that their love blossomed. I would now like to invite up Eric's sister Carolyn to share a reading with us.
You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. The great acts of love are done by those who are habitually performing small acts of kindness. We pardon to the extent that we love. Love is knowing that even when you are alone, you will never be lonely again. And great happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved. Loved for ourselves, and even love in spite of ourselves.
Charlotte and Eric, please repeat after me. With my whole heart, I take you as my partner. Acknowledging your strengths and accepting your faults. As you do mine, I will be yours in plenty and in want. In sickness and in health. In joy and in sorrow. In failure and in triumph. I promise to be faithful and supportive. And to make our love and happiness a priority. You are my person. My love and my life. Today and always. Eric. Do you, Eric, take Charlotte to be your lawfully wedded wife, your constant friend and partner in all the adventures that life has in store for you? Do you, Charlotte, take Eric to be your lawfully wedded husband, your constant friend and partner in all the adventures that life has in store for you?
I do.
A ring is an unbroken circle with ends that have been joined together, and it represents your union. It is a symbol of your infinite love. When you look at these rings on your hands, be reminded of this moment, your commitment, and the love you now feel for each other. Eric, place the ring on Charlotte's finger and repeat after me. Charlotte, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love, with the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, always, and forever. Charlotte. Place the ring on Eric's finger and repeat after me. Eric, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love. With the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, always, and forever. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Let's watch the stars ignite. There's no better place than right next to you. Feels like the world is right. As long as I'm here right next to you.
Present to you, Mr. and Mrs. Adams.
My husband.
And then this part.
I now have a beautiful wife. You know, I went from girlfriend, fiance for a minute, and then wife forever.
Forever.
This beautiful room and all these wonderful people here to celebrate you, Eric and Charlotte. It's so good to see you. My name is Crystal Adler. I'm Charlotte's mother. And I wanted to start the evening. Thank you. I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. I wanted to start the evening by thanking everyone for joining us here in Michigan. I want to thank everyone who traveled to be here, to take time out of your busy lives and be here to celebrate Charlotte and Eric. I'd also like to acknowledge the people that aren't here, the grandparents that have loved these babies, and know that they still do. I specifically want to acknowledge Jack Foley, Charlotte's dad, who's not here with us. But Charlotte, as hard as it is that your dad's not here, just know he sees you, he loves you. I'm so glad he got to meet Eric, and I know that he is as proud of you as Victor and I are, and he will forever be with you. Jack, she's as beautiful as the day she was born. You're Miss Chantelaine? Okay, Charlotte, we've been on a long journey together, haven't we? Being your mother has been one of my life's most sacred, beautiful, and enriching experiences. I'm forever grateful that I was chosen to be your mom and played a central role in supporting your heart and life. These days, as the roles reverse, I'm no longer teaching you, you're teaching me. So I don't have to teach you everything anymore. Thank God, because I didn't know if I was doing a good job. I was trying. Even if you were the most responsible about being irresponsible. Charlotte used to say to me, Mom, I'm being the most responsible about being irresponsible. Like refusing to leave the kitchen table while she was drinking underage and Vic and I were about to come home. It was actually smart. They didn't get on the road. And all of these girls. And how about the time that you had the party? She was going to have about 6 people over. Last time I looked, there was about 25 pairs of shoes at the door. Miguel did a nice job ushering them in, so Charlotte didn't have to see Vic or me. I used to say that Charlotte was Jack's lawyer. When Jack would get into trouble, his lawyer would show up and explain why he shouldn't get into trouble. She loved him so much and would vehemently stand up for him. I could not have dreamed that the closeness between this brother and sister would be so incredible. I'm so delighted for this. Eric, we could not find a more perfect soulmate for our daughter. You've cared for her in a way that melts our hearts, and we love you. You've been a very strong man from the day we met you. You made a promise to us that we didn't ask for. I think you knew that this would be your life's choice very early on. And I think it's safe to say now you blew us away and continue to escalate in being a man of your word and integrity. And we love you to pieces. And before I hand it over to Victor, I want to share a conversation I had with Maggie, Jack's fiancée. I was saying, you know, Maggie, your sister Annie's going to love Charlotte. She's going to love her. You know, she's just one of those people. She's compelling. She's like a magnet. Her personality is infectious. And when we're around Charlotte, we love her so much because she has an inner Charlotte. And it makes our inner Charlotte show up because we get to be around her and the infectiousness that she is. And I want to say to you this evening, let your inner Charlotte shine. My husband, Victor Adler, I want to say to this, I'm going to introduce you to a man by the grace of God came into our lives and provided an example that we all strive to be. In his quiet and seamless and selfless way became a dad he didn't have to be. I love you, Victor.
That's not fair. I have to go after all that. So thank you to my beautiful wife for that wonderful introduction. And I'd also like to thank all of you for being here today to share this very special day with Charlotte and Eric. And so glad you're all here. This is normally where I'd bring up a very important PowerPoint to do a presentation, but it didn't seem appropriate, so I'm just going to read from my notes. So as Crystal mentioned, I inherited Charlotte 18 years ago, as I like to say. And we've had many great and a few not so great moments together. From our first bonding experience of riding the car, taking a long way home from school so she could finish out hearing the song playing on the radio, through working with you on your driving skills and reminding you didn't have to give everyone a ride that you knew, and that it was okay to drive on paved roads. I know. From watching you play sports in school and excel in soccer, softball, and basketball, to the occasional late night call that you need to be picked up from a party at the request of a very nice police officer on the phone. Through the years of parties in our basement and one of your first jobs working at a restaurant and telling your mom and I what we had to order on the menu because one of the few items you knew how to punch into the computer. To your high school graduation, where your principal let us know that you're the unofficial spokesperson of the class. To how proud your mom and I were when you graduated from Central Michigan University. Go Chips! Now, around this time, I was introduced to Eric. And I've been told over the years I was not my usual charming self when I first met him. But as all my fellow fathers out there can attest to, it's difficult to embrace someone that when you first meet the man who's becoming involved in your daughter's life. However, Eric, in the past few years, I have seen how much love, admiration, and respect you have for Charlotte. And I couldn't be happier to have you officially join the family, and I'm thrilled to have a second son in my life. Charlotte, over the years, you've grown into a beautiful, amazing, and caring person who always has everyone's best interest at heart. Your passion for life is infectious, and your joyful spirit makes everyone around you happier. I am so blessed that you came into my life, and I couldn't be prouder to be able to call you my daughter. So as the two of you begin your journey of marriage together, remember there will be days of happiness and sadness, success and disappointments, but I am confident that together as a couple, there are no obstacles you won't be able to overcome, and you will have years of wonderful memories together. Now, can I ask you to take glass, please? I know I forgot something. Now, if you could all please join me in raising your glass to a toast to Charlotte and Eric, and wish them a happy, healthy, and wonderful life together, filled with beautiful memories and laughter. Cheers.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melanie, and I'm Charlotte's maid of honor, and what a true honor it has been getting to stand beside this beautiful couple on such a special day. I met Charlotte around the age of 10 in a small lake community called Canada Knolls in Connecticut, where we spent most of our summers growing up together. The Knolls is a very special place that holds so many sacred memories. We always used to say we fit a whole year into 2 months. Our time at the lake was filled with all sorts of excitement, from long boat rides to driving around on golf carts, to belting out our favorite summer songs and spending every waking moment with our notorious Knolls girls. We were never at a loss for things to do. Charlotte was always our biggest entertainer, our fearless leader in everything fun. She hosted parties in her basement we named Club Foley, and her weekly themed Wednesday soirees were always the hottest ticket in town. A big part of our summers consisted of working as counselors at the community camp we used to attend as kids ourselves. As teens, we had the best setup we could have ever asked for. We got paid to play with kids, tan in the sun, and hang out with our best friends. Something I'll always remember from those summers are the moments walking past Charlotte, who would just be coming back from taking a refreshing dip in the lake with her campers, while I had just finished building sandcastles with mine, catching each other's eye, and saying, "Who's got it better than us?" This special community formed friendships that go back generations before us, even in our very own families. In fact, my grandparents used to attend cocktail parties at Charlotte's grandparents' house. My uncles got into all sorts of trouble, I mean fun, with Charlotte's uncles, and my aunt even went to prom with Charlotte's dad. So by the time Charlotte and I met, our parents knew we were destined to be friends. I spent a lot of time at the Foley residence each summer, which meant I was also lucky enough to spend a lot of time with Charlotte's grandma and dad. And I know Charlotte's dad, Jack, is looking down now and is so proud to see his daughter marry the most wonderful man. Eric truly is one of the most genuine, kind-hearted, thoughtful people I have ever met. He goes out of his way to make everyone around him feel comfortable and at ease. It doesn't take a lot to make him happy. Some good food, sports on the TV, and of course Charlotte usually do the trick. I remember getting to hang out with them as a couple for the first time and being amazed how two such different people could get along so well. The more I got to know them as a unit, the more I noticed their similarities over their differences. For one thing, they both love to put on a good musical performance and cut a rug. But more importantly, they both have the same strong values, the same sense of humor, the same love of life, ability to not take things too seriously. They both have a deep love for their family and friends and often put others before themselves. Nothing has made me happier than watching Eric only bring out the best in Charlotte, while she's done the same for him. What more can anyone ask for in a partner in life? So, as you both sit here today, in this room bursting with love, surrounded by many special friends and family, with so much to look forward to as you continue to build a beautiful life together, I hope you can always take a moment, look at each other, and say, who's got it better than us?
Hello, everybody. My name's Olivia. I'm one of Charlotte's many cousins. But also, you guys, I just want you to take a look around because you did a beautiful job. And you have so many people here that care about you. As I mentioned, I'm one of Charlotte's cousins. So growing up, we didn't really have a choice. We had to spend time together. Every holiday, summer vacations, all of it. And I'm so glad that we were forced to do that because over the years, our relationship has really become more like sisters, and you've become a very important part of my life. And I got a lot of hormones going on. So, like I said, you know, you've become a very important part of my life, one of my best friends. You look beautiful, flawless, and thank you for letting me be such an important part of your day. Eric, you look beautiful too. Yes, thank you for trusting me to come up here and, you know, be such an important part. But I just want to, I know Jack mentioned this earlier, wanted to let you all know that I had a big part in you guys meeting. Yeah. So you're all welcome for tonight. Thank you. So I actually had the pleasure of meeting Eric, 15 years ago? That was a long time ago, yeah. And I knew after one night up in Roscommon that he was a special breed. It was right after you got your razor. I don't know if you guys remember this. And we decided to take a trip out to the chapel. It was the middle of winter. There was quite a few snowmobiles involved, but I got the pleasure of riding with Eric. And at one point, I saw a tree this close to my face, and I got very nervous. And Eric looked over at me and he said, "You're safe. I got you." And I believed him. You know, in hindsight, probably very dangerous, but I believed you. And it was that moment I knew with that calm demeanor that you could handle one of us. And if you know my family, we raise them loud and proud and opinionated in all the right ways. It takes a very special breed to put up with us. And you, Eric, you fit the mold. So I knew from that moment I was going to plant the Charlotte seed. And Eric was all about it. It doesn't take a lot of convincing to talk her up. He was ready. Charlotte, on the other hand, took a little while. I couldn't tell her that I wanted to set her up because there was no way I was going to get her to come. Ever. It took 4 years. So Eric fell in love with Charlotte about 4 years before they actually started dating. But it took faster horses for me to finally convince Charlotte. I had to bribe her to come to our campsite with food and booze and a few other things that we won't talk about. But I got her to come, and as soon as she did, the sparks flew and my job was over. It was fate from that point on. And I've really loved watching your relationship grow from there. It's been a joy. I've watched you guys navigate so many different chapters, you know, between you working on the oil rig, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. That's hard on anybody, but you guys handled it. Buying a house, graduating college, both of you, you've accomplished so much, and I've watched you grow together, and I can't wait to continue watching you grow. Maybe have babies, do all of it, and I can't wait to be a part of it. So if everybody wants to raise their glass, to the bride and groom. I wish you nothing but happiness. I love you guys.
For those of you that do not know who I am Danny, Eric's cousin, best man, best friend. I first met Eric. It was the winter of 1990. Actually, that joke was for my brother Jimmy. So if it was funny, talk to him about it. But no, I'm sure not a lot of people here know the story about how Eric asked me to be his best man. It was something out of a fairy tale. Let me tell you, we were drunk on the golf course. Hole 5, just stuck one down the fairway, reaching up for my second shot. I was telling Eric how my beer was getting a little cold. He goes, well, I see him rifling around in his golf bag. He goes, hey, well, I got a koozie. So he hands me this, says, best man, will ya? I said, I'd be honored, but can I have that koozie? But I knew right away when he asked me to be his best man that I'd have some responsibilities. So there was 3 things that came to mind. 1, make sure he shows up looking his best. And to that, I say he looks pretty good today. 2, make sure he's on time and where he needs to be at the time that he needs to be there. And to that, I say, did a pretty good job. He was there. 3, make sure he shows up completely sober. To that, I say 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But I've actually had the absolute honor and the pleasure of knowing Charlotte before Eric, and obviously knowing Eric before Charlotte. And to say that knowing them both apart and together, I would choose together 12 times out of 10. They are simply one of the best couples, and like Olivia had mentioned and Jack mentioned earlier, we had a huge part of them coming together, and I will never forget knowing Charlotte and talking it over with Olivia. I'm like, we gotta get set this up. These guys will do all right together, and here we are. Years later, standing at their wedding, and I couldn't be more honored to stand right here beside Eric. I think it's a great thing. But just so thank you. But from this day forward, I can't wait to see you guys grow. Just do all these. This is a venture of life. This is a beautiful thing. So we'll make it short and sweet. Let's raise a glass and. I hope all your ups and downs occur beneath the sheets.
All right. Thank you, Danny.
Eric and I just wanted to take a moment and just truly, from every corner of our hearts, thank you for being here today. It was a long way planning this. We could not wait to treat having everybody we love, care for, and know in one room, eating, drinking, dancing, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. This is truly an absolute dream come true. Thank you guys. Let's have a lot of fun. And I'm Mrs. Adams!
All right, take a big bite.
Yeah, I love it.
And I agree, you guys should Lady and the Tramp one of them.
See,
I think it's fun. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's like, what are
I mean, it's actually pretty good.